Hi, I'm Joe Polizzi, and this is the Content Inc. podcast. 5 minutes every Monday for content creators who desire to be content entrepreneurs.
Hey gang, 46% of creators surveyed by The Tilt said that one of their biggest challenges was monetizing their content. Don't we know it, right? I can tell you that one tried and true method is to become a published author. Turning your blog or newsletter content into a printed book with Lulu has never been easier and more profitable. Lulu's e-commerce plugins allow you to sell directly to your fans from your site while they handle all the printing and shipping. You keep all your customer data and 100% of your profits. Create a free account at lulu.com today.
Hey, this is Joe. As I record this, it's Friday, the 5th of May, Cinco de Mayo. Congratulations to everyone who survived. I hope you did, or hope you had a good time. I am fresh off of the second annual Creator Economy Expo. I can't tell you how amazing this event was. It completely exceeded my expectations. I'm not going to pitch you on the digital pass, but you should get the videos. And if you don't get the videos and watch this, 40 hours of amazing content from almost 50 speakers. I just can't tell you how this whole event blew my mind, and the people were there were amazing. So go to cex.events. You can use the coupon code FOMO, F-O-M-O, and get $100 off the rate. That'll bring it down to $495. Best decision you'll ever make. I guarantee it. Go ahead and make that happen. What I want to do today is kind of go over a little bit of what I talked about in my opening keynote about the creator economy, and then give you a little bit about our latest research. So the Tilt partnered with Ann Hanley. We partnered with Brian Clark, Jay Klaus, and Lulu to bring you the third annual Content Entrepreneur Research, and really, really excited about it. But, one of the ways I started up Creator Economy Expo is I really went on a rant. I went on a rant about how the creator economy is positioned by the media out there. So, for example, if you go to Wikipedia, the first thing that creator economy says is also known as the influencer economy. No, it's not. It's not. And right after they talk about that, they go into, examples of creator economy software platforms are YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? You know the glue to the creator economy? It's the content creator. It's the content entrepreneur. And we seem to forget that at all times. I mean, if you look at Goldman Sachs, just came out in April with this amazing research and says the creator economy could approach $500 billion by 2027. What? $500 billion? I don't even know what that means. You might as well say half a cajillion, because it's completely meaningless to me. And then if you look at something like another event, which I'm very happy they're putting on, but the information puts on the Creator Economy Summit. And I'm sure some of you actually went to that summit. It was a few weeks ago. And I went in to look at the speaking lineup. And the first person I see in the speaking lineup is Hank Green, a creator, Vlogbrothers, YouTube, amazing author. I'm like, oh my God, they've got it down right. This is perfect. And then you go through the rest of the lineup. And you know what you see? VC, platform, influencer, agency, VC, platform, software, VC, platform, software. I mean, come on. Now, I know their audience is a little different, and they're targeting the people with the money, but I'm looking at what's for the professional content entrepreneurs, the professional creators out there. Where do they go for their content? It's sort of all over the place, which is why we created CEX in the first place. And then finally, another stat. Linktree came out with a stat and says there's 207 million content creators in the world. I don't know what to even do with that, folks. 207 million? Does that include my mom who's creating content on Facebook? I really don't know. So that's sort of how I started off Creator Economy Expo. And then I got into, what does the creator economy mean for me? And it means three things. One, it's being built by entrepreneurs, by a content-first business model. Second, these are people who are building and monetizing audiences. And number three, they're doing that by developing amazing content experiences. So those three things, that is the core, and that's why I keep pushing out this term or phrase or whatever you want to call it, of content entrepreneurs. Very important to me. Nothing wrong with content creators. I will still use that term, but that doesn't necessarily tell me that they're trying to build a business out of this, like a small media company. So I really like to focus on that content entrepreneur term. So we did the third annual 2023 Content Entrepreneur Benchmark Research, and the title of that is The Anatomy of a Creator. And I absolutely love this. And we make a distinction in this research. By the way, just go to thetilt.com/research. Really simple. Thetilt.com/research. It's completely free. You don't even have to use your email to download this thing. You could download it. You could share it with your friends. We don't even know where it's going. We just want to get this out to as many people as we possibly can. So we start this research out and ask the question, who are these creators exactly? And our focus is on expert creators. So these are people who are creating content about their area of expertise or passion. They build media companies and they monetize that content. Some of them sell a service like coaching and consulting and educating. But that's our focus. Professional content creators trying to build this full-time business, content entrepreneurs. Different from maker creators like crafts or hobbies, things that you might see on Etsy, or musicians. This is a much different business model. That is not our focus. And we're not talking about influencers. Now, can a content creator, an expert creator, be an influencer? Absolutely. But it is a very different thing to say I am an influencer, because it doesn't necessarily mean that that person is leveraging a content first business model. They could be an influencer because they're a celebrity or they're just popular in some ways, and they're just making and building this audience because they have some kind of celebrity. Much different than putting out content on a regular basis. Now, when I went into a lot of the details on this, I wanted to get into some really good business facts, and there are really good business statistics. But our first thing was, why are you doing this? And what I realized is that when I dug into the business findings, the more I did, I found out that first and foremost, content entrepreneurs start and continue on because they have life goals outside of business. Simply put, they want to live better lives and have more time with their families. So the number one reason that people become content entrepreneurs is they want to enjoy their life. Number two, they want to be independent. Number three, they want to work when they want. They want to work where they want. And maybe most importantly, they want to create something meaningful for the world. I love this. They want to make a difference with their content. So if you put these, it's funny, because if you put these down and say, this is the kind of job I want to enjoy my life. I want to be independent. I want to work and live where and when I want. And I want to create meaningful things. It's very hard to find a job out there like that. It's very hard to find a profession out there like that. That's why I love this idea behind the content entrepreneur. Only 2% regret their decision to become a creator. So yeah, it's tough. This is tough. But even though it is very difficult, we push on. Then I went into really busting some myths, and I love this statistic. And what we found out is across all platforms, the average content entrepreneur has just 4,000 unique followers. So you don't have to have 1 million followers to make this business model work for you. They create content on 4 unique channels, and 2 of those channels generate revenue. On average, with our entire audience, so some are still starting, some of you out there just getting started, you maybe have a couple $1,000s in revenue. So you're at those early stages. But the average content entrepreneur expects to gross $108,000 in revenue in 2023 and $60,000 in net revenue or profits. So this is a good living. And some of the creators in our audience, they're making millions of dollars. They're doing really, really, really good things. But it does take 3, 4, 5 years to get there. We'll talk more about that in a second. Of the entire week, how much time is spent on creating content? 17 hours. The majority of the time that a content entrepreneur spends is on content distribution, marketing, sales and promotion, business administration, and operations. So even though 40 to 45% of the time is spent on content creation, it's still not the full time. And a lot of myths are around, I'm just writing all the time. I'm just creating podcasts or videos all the time. That's not true. Most of our time is on actually doing the business or living in the business. And the last thing that I want to share with you is we've got this great chart. So go to thetilt.com/research and look at this. But it basically is how long it takes to build a successful creator business. So from launch, It takes about 5 months to earn the first dollar. About 12 months is where revenue exceeds expenses in some way. And that 12 to 13 month period is where a lot of hobbyists or part-time content creators go to full-time. So just to give you an idea where that's at. And then the 18-month mark, that seems to be the runway needed to fully support themselves full-time. In my history, it seems to be a little bit longer for me. In my areas, when I started content marketing, it took almost 3 years. I mean, we're just trying to get to that point right now. It's been 2 years for the tilt, and we think we're real close to that, but we're not there yet. So it does take longer than 18 months in a lot of cases, but that's where most people put out and says 18 months, that's the runway. So what do we need to do in order to be more successful as content entrepreneurs? And there's 5 things. 1, fast the first dollar as quickly as possible. Number 2, we want to plan a budget and runway. So we want to bring down expenses as much as we possibly can so we can make this 18-month plus runway. Number 3, focus on a niche audience, as niche as possible. The smaller, the better. Number 4, one core platform over everything else. You can do a lot of different things, a lot of different ways. But what we found out is that the leading content entrepreneurs focus on being amazing at one core place that they call home. And then number 5, diverse monetization. We're making money lots of different ways, between 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 different ways. We're bringing in money just like you would if you had a stock portfolio. You don't want to put all your money into one stock. You want to diversify that. And that's the same thing for content creators. So that's sort of the overview. And then we went into the keynotes, and then Savannah Bananas CEO and founder Jesse Cole gave the best closing keynote I've ever seen in my 20-year career of doing events. It was just phenomenal. So if you can go and get the videos at cex.events, you can see that yourself. Really, really amazing. But that was the research. So I hope this is a really good overview. You got something out of this. Thank you everyone who attended Creator Economy Expo in Cleveland, May 1st to 3rd. It really, really means a lot to me and the team at the Tilt as well. And I hope to see you next year at CEX. But until then, make sure you dig into that research. We'll put it in the show notes as well. Have a wonderful week, and see if you can take one thing from this research and put it into your business as soon as you possibly can. Thanks and good luck. Get a little faster for each mile until about halfway, and then hold on for dear life. Now, mile 1, I did 9:58. Perfect. I decreased each mile up to mile 8 at 9:04, and then I hit my low mile split at mile 9 with an 8:55. I kept on with all my miles under 10 minutes until mile 22, and then hit the proverbial wall. The next 5 miles were 10:21, 10:12, 10:31, 10:26, and 10:19, and then I came in with the last 0.2 with a big old smile on my face. I'm not sure what the learning is here, but I think it's a mixture of it's okay to take advice, but make your own decision. And we only live once, so whatever you decide to do, give it everything. I'm sure if I came in at a 4:29, I would be happy that I finished my first marathon. But I couldn't honestly say that I gave everything physically and mentally to a task. And I did in this case. I left everything out there. After the race, I was walking back hand in hand with my wife, and she was smiling because she knew. And I thanked her. And I told her I was mad at her, and then I thanked her for what she said because she was right. And she said, that's why we're perfect for each other. You challenged me as well. And we're supposed to make each other better. That's what we do. And she certainly did. If you're listening to this on Monday, it's the official start of Creator Economy Expo, May 1st. I'll have a full report on the state of the creator economy in the next episode. And until then, don't settle. I'll talk to you next week.